Mommies with Purpose is a motherhood platform that allows mothers to feel empowered and to feel like they're not doing this thing alone. Parenthood does not come with its own manual. It doesn't come with, a handbook that says, hey, do this, turn left, turn right, and you'll get these results. We have to figure this thing out along the way. And Mommies with Purpose is really one of those things that is going to help the mothers be the better version of themselves through life lessons and life skills, teachings, and different series that will be coming together to lift up motherhoods and to let them know, like, yeah, I'm too going through this thing too. And these are ways that I've overcome it, that hopefully and prayerfully you'll be able to overcome it as well. But also helping you out with fashion tips and lifestyle tips and just parenthood, exposing myself so that someone else can be, set free and feel like they can live their motherhood in fullness and joy. How did Mommies with Purpose come about? I was really in a very broken place in my life, physically, spiritually, relationally. Like, I was just in a really broken place, and I was seeking God harder than I've ever seeked him before. And it actually taught me how to seek him harder than before. And in that moment, I was just thinking to myself, I still haven't found something that clicked, something that like says, this is it. And because of that, I wasn't really able to I didn't feel like I was actually where I wanted to be in life. I didn't feel like I was doing something that my talents were glorifying God. And out of nowhere, in my alone time with God, I just ended up praying, and I heard Mommies with Purpose in my heart. And I was just like, what is this thing? I was so stuck. I just didn't know what it was. It's like God left it in my heart and then told me exactly how to utilize it, what to do, whatever the case may be. And I just became like, oh, well, okay, when you reveal it, it's going to happen, or whatever it is. But there was a sense of freedom even in hearing the name itself. I was just like, wow, that was such a powerful statement. But yeah, that's how it came about. A time of prayer with the Lord, and it was just sitting there, literally. Around that time, when I finally understood and finally had a vision of what it is supposed to be, what God had in mind for it, I felt like it was so imperative to just go at it. One, for myself, because I feel like for the first time in my life, I can actually say I'm doing something that I know can glorify God, and I'm doing something and being obedient to what he has called me to do. And two, being a mom and being in such a rugged place, and also with my past of like postpartum depression and things of that sort that I experienced in motherhood, I knew it was important because there's a lot of bloggers and vloggers and things out there and resources that I've tried to search to try to fill myself up as a mom. And there was a lack. I can say personally, there was a lack. It seemed more about, here's my lifestyle, here's what I'm doing, here's my kids, and okay, here's some tips and tricks, and here's some coupons at that store. And it was like, I was looking at that point in time in my life, I was looking for something more. I was looking for something that I can literally invest 15 minutes of my day, 20 minutes of my day reading or writing or listening to a message or watching a video. I was looking for something that I can invest, and by the time I was done with it, felt empowered. We kind of really focus a lot on the motherhood part of it, about the parenting and the nurturing and all those things, but the mom still leaves a little bit empty. And because of what I've experienced, I realized that there was a big need for empowerment, a big need for filling up mothers. And the only way to do that for me is through God and through purpose. So why not encourage? Why not give tips and tools and things that the mother could use? Because to be quite honest, we can do the best that we can do as mothers every day. But if we're not filled and if we're not being in our hearts, we are not the best, we're not at our best, we're not the best mothers that we can possibly be, or we're not living in what God had in mind for us as moms, we're no good for anybody. That's the reality of the fact. I can do all of these different things and teach my kids or raise them a certain way, a particular way, but if I'm not filled, if I don't feel empowered, if I don't feel purposed, if I don't feel like something in me, there's better, there's a motivation, there's a drive, there's an ambition, there's only so far I can go. And what am I teaching my children? What am I reflecting? What am I doing to create a better life and a better purpose for myself and my kids to see, to be able to see a model mom or a model woman inside of living in purpose. So that's what makes this so special, because although I'm giving all of this, the lifestyle, parenthood, things of that sort, I'm mainly focused on the mother and I'm mainly focused on the heart too, because if those things aren't filled, there's only as far as we could go as mothers. So far, it's here, it's in effect, and if you did not know how it kind of goes about, so we have series every single month, different series that I'm going to be promoting based on motherhood, lifestyle, parenting, things of that sort, to really dive in deep about some real stuff that we go through as mothers. I'm going to be giving tips, advice, and maybe just even girlfriend talk, just to talk about what we really do experience as mothers. And from there on, just really encouraging you throughout my social media and multiple posts. That will be on Mondays. Those series will be on Mondays, and Tuesdays I always feature my babies, Julia, and Juliana, and they have Tiny Tuesdays where it's all about them or whatever they want to do. If they want to talk to y'all, they're going to talk. If they want to play a game, we're going to play a game, but it's all dedicated to them and whatever they want to do. And from there on, I'll just have spontaneous videos coming out, but I do have something in store really soon that you guys will find out next week. If you see my patterns fluctuate, it's because the beginning of every series I do a little mini photo shoot or whatever, and then I promote like what the series is about, what we're going to be talking about, and that whole week I take a sabbatical. Although I'm posting on social media and posting what it is that we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be experiencing for that week, I take a sabbatical because I feel like it's very important for me to hear exactly what God wants me to tell y'all. Because listen, I ain't trying to let nobody out here be lost in these streets. Listen, not on my accounts. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. No, we are not doing that. But I definitely just want to hear from God and hear, besides myself, what he wants me to say to you and how he wants me to put this thing together for you. And also just give my kids kind of like a break from the camera, and just be in tune with my family and things of that sort, but mainly just hearing from God. But I'll definitely still be, communicating and posting things here and there to just be present. I get this a lot. Believe it or not, I get this a lot. And listen, although it is Mommies with Purpose, listen here and listen clear. It is for whoever and whomever wants to listen. Because the thing that I get a lot, and the feedback I get a lot, is that a lot of people love this platform because although it is specified to an audience of mothers, there's so many different things that can be related to what I talk about. Like, so many people can relate, whether you're male or female, or you're a mom or a dad or a friend or an aspiring mom. This platform is mainly for mothers because I want to help my sisters out in here in these streets. But nonetheless, it can also be applicable to whomever listens. But mainly for moms. Even if you're not a mom, you don't have to have a kid right now. As long as it's a thought in your mind, this is for you. If it's a thought for you to be a parent one day in life, this is a platform for you. Because imagine if I had this before I became a mom. Oh my God, imagine how many things I could have definitely been able to fix up before I even got to that stage, or been able to say, okay, now I understand this, I would gain a lot of more understanding. I would have gained a lot of more knowledge before I went into parenthood. If I had this, it would definitely have helped me a lot. So who is this for? It's for everyone, but mainly for mommies. And it doesn't matter if you're not a mom as of yet. If you're thinking about having children, if you want to be a mom, if you're pregnant, if you're expecting, whatever the case may be, adopting, as long as it falls under the cloud of motherhood, Jesus, it is for you. Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for taking this journey with me. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the love and the outbringing of love and support from everyone from near and far. But other than that, tune in with me on Monday. I got something for y'all, for real.